Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. We are here. The snow hasn't stopped us from doing what we gotta do in the morning. Okay. Hope you guys are keeping warm because in Maryland it is not getting above freezing at least until February. All right, this is ridiculous. I thought we were done with this. I thought winter was over here. All right. I have a snowblower, a little tiny electric one that used to do the trick, because we didn't get that much snow. And my son was like, "Oh, we need to get a better one." I was like, "Man, winter's over. Okay, winter's not a thing anymore." Like for years, the coldest it would get. Let me change this up. For years, the coldest it would get, even right now, would be, I don't know, 40 degrees.
Right.
But we were pretty much done with it. But now winter said we back. We back, baby.
We back, baby. It's 8 degrees outside.
Yeah, 8 degrees. It's crazy. Every week, I'm like, every day now, I keep checking the weather just to see if it was a mistake. Like, are you sure we're not gonna get to 32 degrees? Are you sure?
Right.
Not even for an hour? Nope. 25, 18,
Ooh.
21.
Yeah.
Let me start with this because we starting out the show with a super chat. I appreciate that. Dr. Kush says, "Good morning, everyone." Hey, good morning to you, Dr. Kush.
Morning.
Hey, I appreciate all the love you've been showing, man. Really, really,
For real.
Thank you, all of you guys. Michael Akins, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, guys. Hope weather is getting better and be more. It's not. Florida is cold this morning. Yeah, it's a cold front all on the east coast. But nah, it's not getting better.
But his cold is 50.
Yeah. It's so cold. It's 50 at 6 a.m. It warms up to about 65 degrees.
Right. Dead of winter. But we supposed to get some more snow Sunday.
Are we?
Yep.
Is it a lot?
I don't know. I just know we're supposed to get some more snow on Sunday.
Yeah, I just need to well, I already got my computer. We're gonna be working from home.
Oh no, 30. Yeah, y'all dying out there.
Ooh.
30 in Florida, they died.
It's like that. What was that movie? What was that movie? The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's what it's like for them.
People looking out their windows like, I'm never gonna see the light of day again. 25 in
30 degrees. Floridians instantly freeze at 30 degrees.
Listen, South Carolina was a weird place. I remember one time in boot camp, we were out and about to go to PT, and I promise you, we got snow flurries, and we like, what? Then by noon it was 90 degrees.
See, it's like that's like a desert.
Yeah,
that's what happens in deserts. Rainmaker, good morning. SV Cam, good morning. Just Aloe, good morning. It says, anyone have any good ice melting tips?
Yeah, stand house.
Hey, I was going to get it one year. I was voted down by the household. They sell these flamethrowers. You can get them on Amazon. I saw somebody do it on, this is TikTok or one of those things. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wonder how much those things cost. They ain't cost that much.
Really?
Right? They're used to like, we're supposed to be used for when like people like burn their grass. It's supposed to make it come back. It's supposed if you burn your grass with it, the grass grows back like thicker and greener or whatever.
Right.
But I saw somebody doing that to clear their driveway. I was like, I want that.
Facts.
So might be a small investment for next year. Just saying. It is what it is. What's going on? Good morning. JR, good morning. Bazel, salute. Good morning. We got a famous guy in the house. What's up, famous guy? Good morning. Deanna, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. FBG MDK. Good morning. From France.
That's what's up.
From France. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hey, we international over here, okay? All right. Yeah. Kayla says, hola, Jose. Hey, what's going on? Says, what's up, Hendo? Hendo never gets no Spanish. What's up with that? You don't know he's Dominican?
Wow.
That's what Sugar always says.
Wow. Okay. I'll take that.
CES Junior, good morning. Good morning. DDSQ, salute. Good morning. Good morning.
Tampa Bay.
Yes, in Tampa. Osmond, good morning. Says, hey, Jose and Hendo, yesterday was a hard day of shoveling. Not for me. Not for me. I'm out the game.
Oh, really?
I got the boy to go out there. I said, hey, wait, listen. I told him on Sunday. I told him on Sunday afternoon, I said, hey, I know it's still coming down, right? But the snow is soft right now. This is the time to go out there and get the snow blower, and you'll have the easiest time to clear the driveway. You might have to run it through again later on, but it won't be as hard. Right. No, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I said, all right, man. I said, look, all I can do is give you the advice. If you want to learn the hard way, you learn the hard way. Yeah. My boy learned the hard way.
Facts. I tried to do my driveway during lunch yesterday. I got a third of it done. I was like, man, I'm not going to work tonight.
So, he got it all done. He was out there all day yesterday. But I gave him some money because the people who came through, they're trying to get it done for like 100. I was like, my son will do it for half of that, Right. So I gave him. He was happy. He didn't complain. He went out there and then, he took a couple of breaks. I told him come in, warm up when you need to warm up. They did that and got it done. Got the driveway, got the walkway done. So he earned a little cash. Proud of him. Yeah. Just Alice said, Winter said, let everyone know we back up. Yeah. I used to have that clip. I need to load this thing back up. I used to have that clip ready. Get the word out. We back up. It's 19 here in Texas. What part of Texas? You gotta be in northern Texas. Are you like the Dallas area? But yeah. This cold front's hitting everybody. Big woke. What's going on? Since last time I was this early, John was still the head coach. Good morning. Good morning. Alfonso Richardson, good morning. Don Royal, good morning. Who else we got in here? Hey, Tracy. What is going on? Tracy, good morning, all. You misunderstood me yesterday. I was saying I love that more females are part of the show now. Oh, your shows are really growing. So proud. Thank you, Tracy. Yes. Really appreciate it. But still invite your friends.
Thanks.
Still tell them. Still tell them. We really appreciate your support, Tracy. Good to see you. The great one, salute. Good morning. Says hopefully we signed that O-line coach from Atlanta, 22 ran for two G's. Oh yeah, 2000 in Tennessee with zone blocking. We're gonna talk about that in 1 second. Let me get a couple more shout outs. Zico Kage, good morning.
Nephew.
We got Clock in the building. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Good morning. Cousin Davon. Good morning. We got Garrison in the house. Good morning. Devin. Good morning.
Devin. Konnichiwa.
Oh, she's in Japan, right? Konnichiwa. That's right. And we got a little bit for everybody. Okay. Yeah. Joseph. Good morning. Alaska man. Good morning.
Hey, Michael -17.
Ooh. No, thank you.
You keep that.
Emma. Good morning. Mr. Black Ice. Good morning. Daryl Bradley, good morning.
Good morning.
CS says 2.5 hours south of Dallas. It's central. All the way down there. Man. Yeah, I lived in Texas for a while. I lived in San Antonio. I was stationed out there. I was in this little place called San Angelo, Texas. That is 3 hours from everything. In every direction.
That's terrible.
But there's an Air Force base out there. I was out there for a few months. But San Antonio was nice. 28 degrees where you're at, Coach. Jeez,
man. You're hating life.
Charm City Dawn, good morning. And Colt Nichols. Hey, all right.
Good.
That's good. Reginald Wright. 9 degrees in North Carolina. 9. Everybody stay home. I'm excusing everybody from work today. Everybody stay home.
Except for me and B.
I told you guys to unionize a long time ago and strike. I told you guys.
And look, and then we were getting off work last night. It had to be like 7. We get off 7:30. It had to be like 7:24, and we get a message from the supervisor like, "Hey, I need y'all to do some extra stuff for me going forward." Like, what? Okay.
What's the pay looking like? See.
Yeah.
12 degrees. No, y'all stay home.
That's so cloudy.
We don't do that. We don't do that. Free Bateman. We'll talk about that too. All right, look. You at work right now?
Man,
go home. Go home. Look, if it's 12 degrees, you give them 12%. That's what I say.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like I tell B. Like anytime I go to a job, I used to be that guy that worked the hardest, gave the most, and then when it wasn't reciprocal, I changed my thinking as I got older. And I'm gonna tell y'all like I tell B, act your wage.
You know what I would do? I work hard. Like, I mean, I love what I do.
Right.
But when it's time for me to get paid, your boy needs to get paid. And if I hear, oh, we don't have it right now, I'm out. I quit one job. Or it was sometimes like the last couple of jobs I've had. We getting off topic real quick, but last couple of jobs I had, it was just perfect timing, right? It was perfect timing. Like, and that's why I always tell people when you're looking to get a promotion or a raise, whatever, start putting your resume out there to see what other offers you get. And the job I had at the time, you know, I just wanted a little bit more money. I was like, hey, you know, I can be here for a little bit longer. Just pay me a little bit more. And they're like, no, we don't have it, whatever. That was on like a Monday. And I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. That's fine. And then this job called me up and was like, hey, it was a temp agency. And they're like, hey, the company wants you to, well, it's for the city. It's for Baltimore City. That's how I ended up working for Baltimore City. Like, hey, they want you to start next week. And I was like, oh man, you know, like, yeah, I want to get this job 2 weeks, you know? And they're like, okay, we'll let them know, and then we'll call you back.
All right.
I come to work on Friday, and they're like, and they call me right before I go in to work. I'm literally pulling to the parking lot, and this early, and they're like, hey, they actually want you to start on Monday. I was like, damn.
Right.
Yeah, so I go to work, and I was just like, hey, I know. I was like, listen, this has nothing to do with our conversation the other day, but today gotta be my last day.
Right.
And my boss was like, damn, I knew you was gonna quit. She was like, you were too calm about not getting the money. She's like, I knew you were gonna quit. She was like, you were always too good for this job. She was like, that's fine. She was like, we're on good terms. And I told her what I was gonna be working and everything. She's like, nah, you gotta take it. Yeah, you gotta take it.
Thanks.
So
yeah. I mean, listen, when they fire you, they don't give you any notice. Why you gotta give them 2 weeks? And then sometimes when you give them 2 weeks, they still fire you on the spot. Like, yeah.
Facts. You know, but you know, if we have a good relationship, everything is fine. You know, I'll give them a little heads up. I honestly rarely give 2 weeks. I give a week or something like that. But you know, if we're good,
right?
You know, I'll try to give you 2 weeks. But you know, if it's one of those situations where it's like you're supposed to pay me, you didn't pay me,
deuces.
Hey, you got 5 days to figure it out.
Facts.
Yeah, I thought your job was telling you that you didn't have your regular paycheck. I was like, what? No.
Oh no, they better never do that.
No.
Never do that.
Got tired of working BS jobs. Not gonna lie, we are our own managers. Yeah. These corporations, they ain't got no love for you. They ain't got no love for you. All right. So let's start with the first piece of news here. Oh, by the way, somebody didn't like one of our thumbnails or titles yesterday. They said we were clickbaiting, and I was like, well, you know, that's all left up to interpretation. I thought we were spot on our titles, so you know,
yeah, nothing better to do.
Right. I'm like, but did you like the video?
Facts. Some flex on.
Flexo, good morning.
Did you like the video? Did you hate the take? And I probably know who it was.
Oh, okay. Who
They
it
always,
was?
yeah,
They're blocked now. All right. Falcons O-line coach / run game coordinator Dwayne Ledford is a strong candidate to join Jesse Minter's staff with the Ravens. Ledford is considered one of the top O-line coaches in the league and is widely regarded for his work. This is a very good news. If they bring him on. Yes, Atlanta's O-line was very good. They were very good last year. And that's what we need here. Like, we need somebody like I mean, we got to revamp the O-line. But if we bring in a coach that actually teaches these guys how to block, it can look like night and day. You know, it can look like night and day. And Lamar being held upright just makes everything look different. You know?
Yeah. 2019. That was 2019. That's the year that you look at when you say Lamar hadn't had the weapons that he has now, but he had blocking. And he went on to do some amazing things that year. So bringing him in and actually bringing in competent offensive linemen, that can change the fortunes of this team. Like, we weren't that far off from being a playoff team. And as you can see, the teams that were in the playoffs, we weren't that far off from being a Super Bowl caliber team. If we'd have just bought the right pieces and had the right head coach that had guys come in that he wanted in New York, you know, maybe Denard Wilson or somebody else of that caliber last season, the defense would be a lot better. We'd have got more turnovers. And I just think Mike Minter's off to a great start. I am just on pins and needles when it comes to the offensive and defensive coordinators. I know we talked about yesterday, he brought in Cullen, but we just really don't know what direction that he's leaning in. Anthony Weaver might be a possibility. So I just want this coaching staff together so we know what this team kind of looks like. We know what kind of direction, what kind of schemes we're going to run. So, hey, if he gets Ledford, let's go.
Well, yeah, defensive coordinator, not as worried about that, right? Like, we assume that Jesse Minter is going to have his hands all on the defense, right? So no matter who comes in there, the defense should look the same, right?
Yeah,
it should.
Yeah, it's going to look better. But I just want somebody with a little bit of experience that he can kind of bounce off of. Because as great as anybody is, you can learn from anybody. You can learn something from a fool. So even if he brings in a guy, he can mentor him and kind of shape him to formulate his own tree. But I want somebody that, hey, coach, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
So,
worry about coaching.
So I was thinking about that, right?
Right.
Sean McDermott isn't going to get a head coaching job this cycle.
And
he's an excellent defensive coordinator.
Would
he be a good fit here? Now, Sean McDermott, you know, I don't know if his coaching philosophy lines up with Jesse Minter's. That's the only thing. Like, Sean McDermott, he knows defense. You know what I'm saying? He knows defense. But if he interviews him and they get on the same page, that's somebody that could be like, yeah, I got it. Say less. You know what I'm saying? You know, kick the tires on that. See if that'll match up. But if not, you'll have to get somebody that, you know, that you trust there to kind of run your defense.
But unfortunately, he's talking about taking a year off. The rumor is he might take a year off and just, you know, spend some time with family, get himself together. But maybe wait for better coaching opportunities. Who knows? You never know. The right offer.
He said no. He said no. I want to take this old man's money, and I don't blame him.
Right.
You know, he's like, all right, you want to fire me? Well, pay me.
Right. Still got to pay me.
It's never hard. It's like I said, man, in this business, it's never hard feelings. These contracts are guaranteed. You get all your money. You know, you're fine. All right, cool. I'll go home. You still pay me.
Hey, 15 million a year?
What's the difference in getting fired and being on paid vacation for however many years? Like, John Harbaugh is in his 60s, yo. Like, he just signed an extension. He's got 3 more years on that contract. That'd have been it for me. No, you keep paying me $17 million a year for 3 more years.
Yeah, that's 51 mil.
Yeah. Steve was talking about, oh, well, you know, you take the year off. Year?
Right.
Nah, brother.
Years.
Yeah. Years off, you know? If I come back next year, I can come back in 2 years or 3 years.
Or at least one. Cliff Kingsbury did it.
He did.
Like that man went overseas and was like,
he should.
I ain't doing nothing but spending this money.
Bringing Raheem Morris for DC. Hey,
I tell you. Yeah.
Yep, I'm for that. Yeah, he should have lost his job in Atlanta. They owe John $55 million still. Yep. Oh, not anymore. Thanks, New York.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah. It might be Weaver. We running a boys club. Hey, it might be. But Weaver, I'm cool with Weaver too.
He's a good defensive coordinator.
On the offensive side, though, there are 2 candidates that have been reported. Let's start with this brother right here from the Lions, Scotty Montgomery. He is their assistant head coach / wide receivers coach. All right. He's going to be interviewing for the job. I know the offense wasn't as good without Ben Johnson there, and he didn't actually call the plays. I think it was Dan Campbell that was the play caller. But he's somebody that he's been an offensive coordinator before. He's actually been a head coach before in college. He's got offensive experience, and he's coached some high-powered offenses, or been on a coach that have some high-powered offenses. So, what would you think about this move?
I was like, Lions offense, give me some of that. I'll take it. Then I saw offensive coordinator, University of Maryland. I'm like.
Well, hey, Maryland put out some, but they put out some plays. He doesn't listen. He's not the head coach.
I know.
He's not the head coach.
I know.
Yeah,
I just got beef with University of Maryland. But the first thing I thought about when I saw this was like, if this comes along with Amon-Ra St. Brown, bring him.
Oh,
bring him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can swing a trade, like that. I mean, just anyone. But yeah, I mean, keep your options open. We all want Shieldhouse. We're waiting on that. But anybody that's gonna try to get the best out of Lamar, that's gonna work with him and not try to have him fit into his system, I'll take him. Don't give me anybody who's been a part of the Cleveland Browns offense, somebody whose team scored maybe 15 points per game. Sorry, Cliff Kingsbury. Don't need you because to me, coaching is about adversity. What do you do when your star players are out? And Cliff Kingsbury, after the first year in any situation, he shows you who he really is. I know he may be the second one on this list, but I'll take Scotty Montgomery over him.
I think it's funny that was the talk because Diana Rossini put out there that she knew for a fact that Lamar and other players wanted Cliff Kingsbury, and now we don't hear anything about that. Start holding these people accountable, man. I'm tired of the lies and just made up stories that these people are just coming out with. Right. She lied.
100%. A lot of them lied. Mike Preston lied. And it came out and said he lied.
Well, he's a professional liar. Everybody else is just learning about him, but he's an old school hater.
Right. But my thing is, you'll come out and tell me my thumbnail clickbait, but you have people that get paid millions of dollars telling blatant lies. They won't say a word.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. Well, I want to know why is he still invited to the pressers for Ravens, right? Ravens pressers. He should not be allowed in there.
But we're a first class organization with integrity. Play like a Raven, the Raven way. But yet and still, we have known liars in the building. And you continue to let them come in with their press credentials. But if I ask John Harbaugh a too personal a question, it's revoked. It's crazy.
Right. I show it to a practice and then they want to know who I am. Say, hold on, brother.
Hey, right.
You look familiar.
What are you doing here?
Just Al says, I'm pro Rooney Rule. I just don't see the Ravens hiring a black head coach or coordinator, sadly. We've had plenty of I shouldn't say plenty of coordinators. But Marvin Lewis was the architect of one of the greatest defenses of all time.
Thanks. Man.
But I hear you. I can see them bringing in a black coordinator. I don't think they have an issue bringing in a black head coach, to be honest. It's just that we don't have that many, we don't have that much turnover here.
Right.
We don't have that much turnover. But I can see it happening. Because it was Cap. What was Cap? The story.
Probably the Rossini.
Yeah,
story.
It was. House, what's going on? Says I don't think Preston lied. Somebody effed him that fed him that info. I think it was EDC. No, he lied. House. This is what Preston does. Preston has been doing this for decades. No, he lied. He pretty much said that on whatever podcast, whatever he was on. I just warmed up the quarterback a little bit. No, he made it up. That's what he always does. He makes up these stories, and nobody really calls him out for it. None of his peers call him out for it. He doesn't get punished for it. So to him, it's cute. It's a little game. Yeah, nobody found the information. He came up with that on his own.
Right.
Mike McDaniel's black. They would have hired him in a heartbeat. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if they would have hired him. They could have hired him. He was out there. He was looking for a head coaching job. Are you talking about for a coordinator position? Yeah, for sure. Praveen with the all caps. Hendo, any thoughts on? Hey, Praveen.
We talked about this yesterday.
Praveen. Last time, bro. Last time we answered your question yesterday. What is your obsession with Bad Bunny? Answer us. Answer us. What is your obsession with Bad Bunny? I'm not bringing up any more comments until you answer that question.
Is it love? Is it hate?
No more your comments until you answer that question. What is your obsession with Bad Bunny? And also stop asking about Bad Bunny. We talked about that yesterday, man. So you asked the question and then left. Is that what happened?
Probably
go back and look at the replay. We talked about Bad Bunny for a second. All right. Bashadi likes Mike Preston. He said it. Yeah. He shouldn't. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. You can't be putting out those type of lies and making up that kind of stuff about your quarterback.
Can you be cool with him?
Nah. Osmond says, I want to see Lamar to take over some of the play calling this season. Yeah.
That's the final step. That's the final step for him. I need that from Lamar. I need him to have full autonomy of this offense. Like when things start going bad, hey, we ain't running it. I got this. I know what the defense is running. I know what plays we like best. So I need Lamar to do that. Stop going with what you think they want you to do. And I think that's part of what stalled us as a team, because they call a play, he's going to run the play that they call instead of doing what's best. Now we saw, and I think it was the Pittsburgh game, he said no, and he checked out of a play, touchdown pass to Rasheen Ali. I'm like, that's what I want to see from him. I want him to take that next evolution, and we can be Super Bowl champs, because next season ain't looking too much better for the NFL. It's a lot of parity going on. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be 100% healthy. The Buffalo Bills are now in flux. The AFC is ripe for the taking. And there's no reason to think that we can't make a Super Bowl run or at least get out of the AFC next season. We just need to make the right moves. And then Lamar, take control of your team, bro.
Hey, I'm with it. Coach says, who is Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican, reggaeton artist. Very popular. Very popular. He will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. And for some reason, Praveen is obsessed. He's saying he has no obsession with them. Praveen, this is not true. You asked it. Why do you keep asking us then? This is the fourth time you've asked me?
At least.
Right? And Hendo, why do you keep asking about it? Why do you keep asking about it? There's something there. Answer the question. I like Bad Bunny. I like Bad Bunny. I got no problem with it, but we're not at halftime. I don't really care about halftime shows like that.
Right.
The other candidate, the other person that's getting an interview is a guy named Declan Doyle, offensive coordinator for the Bears. Now, this one kind of confused me, because if he's an offensive coordinator already, are we able just to go and poach him from the Bears? if he's already offensive coordinator, they probably have to allow that.
No. Yeah.
And I'm assuming if we're interviewing them, they're saying go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
But that is kind of weird that he's openly going around to other teams for the offensive coordinator position. You weren't satisfied with him, what he did last year. You guys almost made it to the NFC Championship game, and Caleb Williams took a tremendous leap forward. So why would you get rid of him? And I don't mean no harm. If you're getting rid of him, why do I want him?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Probably because Ben Johnson's like, I call the plays. I'm gonna give this guy a chance to be the play caller. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Like, hey, he might have some skills, but I'm going to be the one calling the plays. Let me let him go someplace where he can be a play caller and kind of prove himself some more. I guess.
It's a weird situation, but I mean, it's par for the course for somebody named Declan.
Declan Doyle.
Right.
Doyle doesn't call plays. Yeah, that's what we're just saying. Like, maybe he might be good, but that is kind of I guess either candidate would be a risk because I don't think Scotty Montgomery was calling plays either, right? So
I think he called plays for like 2 games, and then Dan was like, it's on me. I already know what we running, so he started calling plays and. It's a mess. I don't know. As long as we get it right, that's all I'm concerned. I don't care who it is. As long as we get it right.
Yeah. Not excited about this guy. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
Not excited about
Josh McDaniels is ducking. Josh McDaniels. He may not be able to get into another job. All right, not head coaching job. He's excellent in terms of being an offensive coordinator, but head coach, he's already failed and. He ghosted his other employer. I don't know how many more opportunities he's going to get.
Yeah. Doing the press conference. That's crazy.
Yeah. Coach says he volunteers to go to the store during halftime. Yeah. That's usually how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grail says it's about our O-line and tighten up on defense. We will be there at the end. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Flock from the block. Good morning. Says I don't think it's about black or white. Monken helps Lamar play, but Monken brash approach and being a get along with Harbaugh is what we don't need. We just need someone that can relate to 8. Oh, facts.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be about black and white.
Right.
The league makes it about black and white. But yeah, it should be the best coaches. The problem is, a lot of your best coaches are black and they don't get the opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. We want the right coaches here.
Right.
At the end of the day,
Fact.
Lamar needs to get that ring. Can we trade Bateman for a 3rd or a 4th? Okay, so we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Bateman, came out and I didn't see the whole thing. He made some comments about. Basically he wasn't being used right or whatnot, and then of course the obligatory I was hacked.
Right.
I was hacked. Right. It was somebody close to me that put out the stuff. But I think he said something about, hey, some of that was true, but still wasn't. I didn't put it out there or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, you weren't hacked. Like those were your thoughts. Maybe you didn't feel, maybe you weren't going to put it out, but your friend put it out for you. It was one of those, I'm going to hit send. I'm like, go ahead. I'm going to do it. And then they hit send, they hit post, right?
Right.
And they did that. You're not happy. How could you be happy, with your performance and how you were used last year?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're frustrated and maybe you feel like I could have done more. You should have said that.
All right.
You should have said that, like, you should not have taken that deal. You shouldn't have extended, right? $12 million a year. You could have easily gotten more. But you took the deal. You just went out there and just went along with what was going on out there. And you should have been vocal about it and say, hey, I'm putting in the work. I can do more, especially when we're 1-5, right? That's the time for you. That's the time for everybody to sound off. People are talking about, oh, Lamar needs to be more vocal. We need Lamar to be more vocal. Why aren't you saying anything? Right? Like this is your career on the line too. Like why aren't you out there saying, hey, I know Lamar's hurt, but if they use me properly, I can contribute. They need to get me the ball. Like, be a diva. I don't understand why like we shy away from diva wide receivers. Diva wide receivers make plays.
Right.
Diva wide receivers say, yo, stop this nonsense and get me the ball. You trying to win? Put the ball in my hands. Right? Like we got choir boys over here.
Tags. And it's crazy.
He's injury prone. He's not injury prone. He's just prone to playing well.
He's allergic to that. But
allergic to that, yeah.
But it's crazy how it's always, oh yeah, I was hacked, and he said something on the lines of, if I ain't say nothing all year long, why would I say something now? Because you're frustrated now. You know what I mean? Like when is the best time to say anything? We had John Harbaugh. You didn't say nothing under him. Now that we got a new head coach, this comes out. The timing of this is all suspect, and it's kind of crazy to me, especially when you look at certain generations. Because DeAndre Hopkins was asked on the Kay Adams show about being in Baltimore, and he was like, "I would love to come back. I don't feel like I was used enough, but they did what they had to do. I feel like I can contribute more, and it's different ways of going about doing things." And Rashad Bateman is not going about this the right way. I don't care what you say about, oh, I was putting together Stroller's dad life. I ain't had time to tweet. It takes 10 seconds to tweet. Like, don't act like you can't stop in the middle of putting something together and send this out. Stop worrying about your usage and play better. Stop worrying about how many targets you're getting. And when you do get targeted, stop stopping your route short or not looking for the ball or giving up on plays. Then maybe Lamar will come to you a little bit more. Think about those things. But no, you worried about how you getting used and all these other things. Man, bro, I like Bateman, but like you said, we need diva wide receivers. I need somebody when the game is on the line, like Isaiah Likely, that's going to go out there and make a play. We just don't have those guys. Outside of Zay, we don't have them guys. And I'll take DeAndre Hopkins back as well, especially with a different offensive coordinator that can get the most out of him, because he had the most clutch plays on his team. He just wasn't utilized enough. Tez Walker. So,
hey, look. Just so we're clear, I'm not criticizing Bateman for putting that out there. I'm criticizing him for walking it back.
Facts.
Right? Like you're supposed to ask for the ball. I don't care if it's the off season. Like you're still gonna be on the team next year. You gotta be vocal about it, because we are talking about getting better wide receivers on the team, right? That's what we as fans are talking about. And if you feel like the organization might be trying to get somebody, get another wide receiver out there, and you think you could be the guy, then you need to be vocal about that. I mean, I don't believe you, but you gotta, you have to stand up for yourself, advocate for yourself. Don't walk it back, man. Like, you cool with what happened last season? You shouldn't be. You should be like, hey, you should be like, hey, last coaching staff did not use me right. I hope the new coaching staff uses me properly. Y'all saw what I did the year before. I can do more than that. That's what he should be saying.
Yeah.
He pulled a J. Cole with JR. That's what he did. He pulled a J. Cole. Don't do that, man. Stand on it. So I put it out there. That has nothing to do with the new coaching staff. I'm excited about the new coaching staff because I know they're going to use me right.
Right. That's
what you gotta say. Just Al says Marvin Harrison wasn't a diva and he was great. Marvin, if you're reading this, I think you were great. Don't hurt me. Marvin Harrison Sr., he's talking about y'all. It's crazy. Like, we're far removed away now from people not knowing the original Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison Sr. was a gangster on the field and off the field. He was a silent assassin on the field, because Marvin Harrison didn't talk.
He did. Well, not that the cameras heard.
I've heard him in interviews, but he seems like he's really like mild mannered, quiet guy. He seems like a nice guy in general, right? Like he smiles, he's talking, but he'll Philly do through and through.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Right. Right. If you don't know about his story, read up on Marvin Harrison and some things that may or may not have happened.
We might have to do a video on that one.
Ooh, yes. Marvin Harrison was dangerous. Marvin Harrison is dangerous. He's still walking the streets.
Facts.
Yeah, 2 man enter, 1 man leaves. Yeah. Yeah. He's one of those guys. Marvin Harrison Jr., I would love to have on the team as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody that I feel like, man, they don't know what they're doing in Arizona. And, he's a young talent.
Mm-hmm.
They need a quarterback. Well, they might need a quarterback that, if they move on from Kyler, they might be interested in doing a trade if the right offer comes along. So ask about them.
Right.
Ask about them. You met Marvin Harrison Sr. Oh, and you live in Philly? Those gangster rumors are true. I believe it. 100%. I believe it. He doesn't seem like a cool dude though. Like he seems like one of those people. As long as you're not messing with him,
right? As long as you don't get on his bad side, he must be a captain.
Yeah. I think we can get Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah,
you offer the right package. You offer the right package to anybody, for almost anybody. Like you can trade for almost anybody if you offer the right pieces. But our general manager got to have 7 5th-round picks.
Yeah. Rainmaker says all of us dads have responsibilities, and I have less money, no excuses. Talking about Rashad Bateman, because what did he say that he's doing dad stuff? He didn't have time to post that dad life. Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I got 5 of them. I'm still on here.
Great one. Yeah, blame Jose. It's always Jose. It's always Jose.
Jose, you mentioned Tart yesterday. Chargers signed him ASAP.
Always Jose.
They were like, oh snap. They know.
Man, I thought we was gonna do this one. Nope, get him now. UMB. Always messing up.
Hey, I always joke around with you and B about how like these people listen to our stuff, right? And because some of the things that we say make it to mainstream media. It happened yesterday. I heard somebody talk about the comparisons of John Harbaugh and Mike McCarthy, and I'm like, I know it's been making its way around social media. People have been posting on memes and things like that, but I'm like, I don't think most of my thoughts are original thoughts. People have their own thoughts, and it could be coincidental. But wasn't nobody making that comparison 2 years ago? Right. Nobody was making that comparison, and I know they weren't, because anytime I said it, people were like, Jose, you're tripping.
Yep.
Am I tripping? Yep. And when I put out the stats, they be like, damn, I don't know what's going on. Tracy, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Says, you are right, Hendo. Lamar Jackson has got to speak up and take over the offense. This is totally his team now. Facts. Facts. And from what I heard about Jesse Minter, he is one of those people that likes players to kind of, take ownership. At least on the defensive side. I've heard a lot of good things about Minter. A lot of players have come out and shown him a lot of love.
Right.
So I feel like they're going to have a great relationship. And this OC, they need to get somebody that's, that can have a good relationship with him as well. But they're taking their time though, and I think I feel good. It's still early, but I feel like they're taking the time and they're making sure they put together a good coaching staff. This O-line coach, if they sign him, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. You heard Steve Bisciotti mention how players weren't developing right. Getting a coach like this might save some of these guys' careers. You still got to go out there and get some guys. Don't bank on Voorhees turning the corner. Don't re-sign Falele at all. Voorhees still on the team. He can develop behind somebody else, behind Emory Jones or somebody else. But Get this unit up and running again. And like Stringer Bell says, we back up. All right.
Facts.
God's favorite, what's going on? Says Jose. Before I found the channel, I was on that Harbaugh McCarthy tip, and then I heard you say, and I knew I had to rock with y'all. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're the same person. One just has better PR. Let's see. Alan Pinkney. What's going on, Alan? Says, how do you feel about John after he didn't bring Zach Orr with him? He ruined the defense because of John. Hey, listen, that's another thing we talked about. I said if he didn't bring back his entire coaching staff, he's bringing back most of them. If he didn't bring back his entire coaching staff, yeah, I'm gonna flame him because you thought it was cool to run it back with everybody here.
Right.
Why are you changing? Like, Zach Orr is out there. He didn't get another job. Why are you changing the defensive coordinator? Why didn't you tell New York, hey, or whoever takes me, I'm taking my entire staff with me. I'm taking if you want me, we're a total package, and that's how we're gonna roll. Why aren't you bringing Zach Orr with you?
Yeah, you're taking everybody else. Why is he the one being excluded from this equation? And for me, I hate to say this, but it's John Harbaugh. So the fix is in. With sports gambling and point shaving and all those type of things, the Elk Point Mafia might have got to him or something. I don't know. He might have had some pressure to throw some games, but why would you not take him? If you were standing on business and you told the owner, I'm running it back with everybody, but you get a new opportunity, why are you not taking your man with you? And if he's not that good, why weren't you talking to the owner about possibly bringing in Denard or Anthony to be the defensive coordinator this season? I mean, I'm glad you didn't because it got you somewhere else. But why would you not do that? Like, that's real suspect to me that you are up here sabotaging this team, but you go to New York, want to start fresh and get somebody that can actually coach.
Yeah. What's up, Imani?
Hey,
thanks for coming through. Because he's a snake and was sabotaging this team. Yeah, he was. I don't think he was intentionally sabotaging his team, but he's stubborn. And when he hears people talk about, he needs to do this, he needs to do that, and he's like, well, you don't tell me what to do,
right?
Right. I think that's what it was. I'm going to run it back with the same coaching staff, and y'all could be mad because my friend Steve isn't going to fire me, right, Steve? Right. And Steve said, I'll call you. I'll call you from the car. Devin said, do you think someone can come in and develop Falele? Falele is a free agent, so hopefully the answer is he's no longer on the team. Hopefully that's the answer. That should be the answer, right? But so. Do I think somebody could come in and develop him? I think there is hope for him. I just don't think he was coached well. I don't think any of them were coached well. It's possible, but he doesn't know what he's doing out there. Like it's more like, yes. The answer is yes. Somebody could develop him. I hope we're not doing it here because we have to pay him and hope that he works out. But yes, I do think he could develop into a solid guard or tackle if he goes to the right team and gets coached up. But like the problems that he had here, it's more than just him not being good. You know what I mean? Like when you just standing there, you don't know who to touch. You know what I'm saying? Who to put hands on. That's not a lack of skill thing. That's a coaching thing. You know, and it never got corrected. Now Voorhees, that and Coach Evans says this all the time, who's actually worse than Falele. You look at the tape, he knows who to block. He just can't block him. He's always getting knocked over. He's always getting beat. That person, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think in it.
No,
you can't coach it. I mean, for me, Falele, I don't think you can coach. I don't think you can be coached up because this spatial awareness is terrible. And I understand coaching is going to tell you who to block, but there are times when there are people coming directly in front of him, and all he does is pity pat and just touch him up and just look at him and turn around and then look in space. Like a lot of that has to do with himself and his film study. and his preparation, but his footwork to me is just really sloppy. He plays over his toes and he's always off balance. That's why you always see him on the ground. Now that can be taught, but I think that playing football as long as he has, because John Harbaugh has been mentoring him since he was 16 years old. And for you just not to have the awareness, just to put your hands on somebody, you are so big. If you stand in somebody's way, you at least eliminate the possibility of a free rusher. He can't do that. Just the simple stuff, the basics. Voorhees is 10 times worse. And it's sad to say, with all that we say about Falele, Voorhees is 10 times worse and was handed a starting job. And well, thank goodness we got a new coaching staff, because hopefully he won't even be on this team anymore.
Now, what I want to know is, are the Giants going to pick up Falele?
That's
all I want to know.
They better.
That's all I want to know. Are you going to pick up Falele? They could use some guard help. Good morning, Yolanda.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming through. Who we got here? What's that? Audrey. Audria. How do you say that?
Code.
Audria Code. Did we say that right? Audria Code. We like to get names right over here. So
Thanks.
put your name in there if we said it wrong.
But
right. They say, good day, all. New sub here. I loved and supported. Horrible. But horrible. But after a while, even I felt he needed to be fired. He is a dictator to some degree. I do feel he intentionally tried to sabotage LJ. Hey, thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing. I should mention we have over 250 people here. Nice. Hit that like button if you're new. Subscribe on both channels. Lunch Break Hot Take over here. Roll Pod over there. You're on the Roll Pod channel. Go over to Lunch Break Hot Take. Just hit subscribe and go right back. Just go right back. Okay.
Appreciate that,
Audra. Okay. Thank you, Audra. Thank you for the correction there. And we got a new channel member, Ty. Hey, appreciate
that, brother.
Thank you. And shout out to Attitude Pop, who also signed up on my side for Patreon. You know, how you laughing? Why you laughing at Attitude Pop?
I don't laugh at Attitude Pop. I just listen. It's crazy how long we've been doing this together.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first conversations I remember you had with Attitude Pop when he was a youngin.
He literally was.
He was a youngin. And he was like, just go ahead in there.
I told Attitude Pop, man, listen, man, like you keep trolling, you gotta hit up that Cash App, man. Like he wasn't trolling, but like Attitude Pop, like Praveen loved to spam the chat with the same question over and over. And I said, listen, man, I see your question. Stop spamming it. Right. If you need to be heard, hit up the Cash App, you know. And he's like, I don't have any money. I'm like, he's like I'm 15 or I'm 16 or something like that. I was like, well, go get your dad's credit card or whatever, you know, right. and use that. He's like, my dad passed away. And I was like, right. I'm sorry, man. Hey, go in your mom's purse.
Cold-blooded.
I thought he was trolling me though, man. People troll.
They do.
I'm sorry, Attitude Pop, but he's been rocking with us ever since. He's been rocking with us ever since.
Now he's in college.
He in college, man. Shout out to you.
Damn, we growing up with people kids, bro.
That's
crazy. That's crazy. But we appreciate you, Attitude Pop, though.
Yeah. Harbaugh. Yes, with Harbaugh, I think his ego gets in the way. Mm-hmm. His ego gets in the way. You have to be able to grow even as an older coach. You have to be able to make adjustments. You know who understood that? Tom Coughlin. When he went to the Giants, because when he first got there, his way was not working with those veterans, and he said I wasn't getting through to them. I was gonna lose the locker room and I was gonna get fired if I didn't make changes. And he did. And they ended up winning 2 Super Bowls. Right? Harbaugh has to be able to humble himself. He's got to be able to say, all right, I'm not getting through to them anymore. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to listen to these guys. I need to listen to my coaching staff. I need to make some adjustments. But he never did that. He's always just, nope, I'm going to do it my way. You don't like it, then you can go.
All right.
All right. Michael Smith says he is a politician, not a coach. He didn't learn anything from Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, and Mike McDonald or Rex Ryan. Sheesh. Yeah.
Not a darn thing. Had to run a team into the ground.
Yeah. Yep. Tom Coughlin wrecked the Jags when he went down there as a GM, though. Yeah. Well, listen. Once you get a little success, I think that was Tom Coughlin's problem. He got some success. He's like, now you gotta listen to me. Right. Now I'm back. But and some coaches are just coaches, not GMs.
Listen, the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick. He tried to be GM of the Pats and ran himself right out of town. So it happens.
Yeah. What's up with Justice Hill? Justice Hill was hurt at the end of the year, Devin. But I think he'll be back next year. I think he's under contract, right?
He's under contract. That's his last year under contract, but I don't know. I think somebody said something about a neck injury. So yeah. That don't work too well with us. Neck injuries.
Jennifer, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. That's my friend Jennifer. I know her.
Hey,
you just not subscribing?
I think that's to my channel, maybe. Maybe.
You're subscribing on Hendo's channel. Okay, thank you. Appreciate yes. Wow.
Like it's always family and friends. It's always family and friends.
Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Says Harbs got rid of culture setters to gain control. Yes. Because he likes to steal that credit. He likes to say or have people say, oh, he established a culture in Baltimore. Like you hear people say that he established a culture in Baltimore. Right. You know, no, the culture was here well before he got here. Yeah, we were a Super Bowl champion team. We had a historic defense. What do you mean he set the culture? Right. What are you talking about? He ain't said any culture.
And that's from Josina.
That's from Josina. She says, wow. My bad.
Don't listen to Jose. He's cranky. He's cranky as cold.
It is cold. I got my little heater right next to me.
Yo, facts.
Hey, good morning, Jared. Hey,
What's up,
appreciate
Jared?
Appreciate you. Yeah, look, we've been going for almost an hour. Hey, we're snowed in again, so you get a little bit more of us. Tomorrow, maybe we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program, so expect just a 30-minute show. All right, just a 30-minute show. Tony Williams, what's going on? Says, guys, I actually like Harbs, and I think he's going to be good for the Giants. Things just didn't work out last few years, but I think mostly because some of our guys are overrated, especially on defense. That could be true.
Possible.
It could be a mixture of both. This could be one of those things where it works out for both sides, right? Mm-hmm. Harbaugh was not good in the end for us. He just wasn't good. But he might be a good coach overall. He might be good for another organization, and we might be better off with Jesse Minter moving forward. It could work out for both sides. So, I respect everything that you're saying there, and that could be it. And especially what you're saying at the end on defense, it could be that some of these guys just aren't good, but we're going to find out.
Facts. And listen, it worked out for Philly and Andy Reid.
Facts.
Both franchises went out and won Super Bowl. So let's see.
Yep. CES Jr., thank you for the super chat. Says Harbs did set a culture. He set the cultures of no thugs.
No heart, no desire, no voice. All of that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Because of Dave Voss.
Salute appreciate you, brother.
Mike Holmgren of the Packers tried that coach GM stuff. Yep. Players don't like that. The coach will tell you to play hurt, and GM will tell you, I can't play you because you are hurt. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's how it goes. Like it's all a game. It's all about saving money, and coaches try to save money for the organizations as well. Don't think that they don't work hand in hand with the general manager and the owner to save money. It happened with Hollywood Brown. Like I can't remember what year it was, but Hollywood Brown, the first half of the season was on his way to a 120 catch, 1,400 yard season. Then the second half, they just started throwing bubble screens for the rest of the year. and it was like, we can't give you big money. That's when he was like, I'm out. I want out. And it wasn't just because he wasn't getting the targets. It was how he was being utilized. He's a smaller receiver that can get downfield and take the top off, and yet still you just keep throwing him passes behind the line of scrimmage, kind of like they did Zay Flowers. But Zay just broke more tackles and got more yardage because he's a little bit shiftier. Like they're trying to tamper down that money because they're not going to give Zay Flowers $25 million for his 5th-year option. Right. Just like they turned down Linderbaum. And then when it comes to contract extension, he's not getting wide receiver or wide receivers 2 money because wide receiver 2 money is like 28, 29, $30 million. You really think the Ravens are going to pay Zay Flowers when it comes time for a contract extension?
Well, this is a new era. Maybe.
Let's hope.
It all depends on how secure EDC's job is by then.
Thanks.
Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Says we need players with an edge again. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think with this coaching staff, you might get a couple of those guys.
We're gonna get them dogs.
Not Tyre Tart because they heard me talk about him. They said no, we're gonna go ahead and resign him.
Yeah.
I got to stop talking about it. People are watching our shows. Master B, thank you for the super chat. Says NFL Twitter accounts always comparing QBs to Lamar. Now they're saying Drake May. I knew it was going to happen. They're saying May same wins as Lamar in playoffs. Many pointed out turnover differences. Yeah, he has a lot of turnovers, and his defense bailed him out.
How about that?
Yeah.
But how many first-round picks do the Patriots have on defense? Not many.
Yeah,
just good coaching, good schemes. Like it's crazy how everybody's compared to Lamar, and I don't want.
I mean, so is Sam Darnold. How come they're not comparing Sam Darnold?
I was about to say I'm glad for Sam Darnold, but for him to be the first of the 2018 class to make a Super Bowl.
And probably win it.
That's gonna be why. If you just said when that dude was seeing Ghost in New York, he's gonna be the first one.
I'm gonna be happy for him because what a comeback for that man.
Thanks.
Because guess what? He was a bust. He was the number three overall pick. It was Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And both Baker's on his 3rd team, Darnold's on his 4th team.
Baker's on his 5th team.
Baker's on his 5th team?
Cleveland, Carolina, San Francisco. I'm sorry,
that was
Rams.
Darnold.
I'm sorry, the Rams.
Oh, Rams. Yes.
He went to Bay and
he's in Tampa Bay now.
Yeah, maybe somewhere else. I don't know. 4 or 5 teams. He's been on a bunch of teams.
Both of them have been on at least 4 teams.
Yeah.
They're busts. They're bust. But Sam Darnold he's leading the Super Bowl team, and I hope he wins it, man. Because he seems like a nice guy in general, seems like a pretty good guy, and he's had some hard times.
Facts.
But there he is. So good for him.
But this is where it comes into play, where we say coaching matters. In all the years that we were talking about John Harbaugh, and it wasn't to say he's just a terrible coach, but you look at what these other coaches are getting out of these quarterbacks. Even Baker Mayfield at the beginning of this season, he was in the running for MVP. Like if you put the right staff around him and the right pieces, like Sam Darnold went from Justin Jefferson to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like you can't do any better than that. So if you give your stars protection and you give them weapons that actually can make plays, because at the end of that the Seattle Rams game, Jackson Smith and Jigba made this one-hand catch going out of bounds, and I'm like, if we had some of that here, even in Denver, right? Even in Denver, for the first half of the Denver game, Jarrett Stidham had protection. That's how he was allowed to throw that 52-yard bomb and throw that touchdown, because he had protection from his offensive line. Things that we haven't seen for Lamar in the playoffs. And if Lamar could just get a tiny piece of that, imagine where we can go as a team. Even if the defense is overrated and doesn't live up to expectations, especially with them 2 turnovers in Lamar's 8 seasons. Like it amazes me that we sit back and watch football and we see these other teams get turnovers on back-to-back possessions. We like,
yes,
when I saw Houston with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson just terrorizing, I said, this is what the Ravens are supposed to be.
I was live streaming, and I was sitting here watching it, and I was like, man, CJ threw an interception again, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. If Houston doesn't get a turnover here, they this might be looking bad for them. And I look back over like, oh, they got a turnover. Oh, they got the ball back. My bad. Right. They're still in it. Bro. Lamar's never had that. He's never had that here. You know. Let me get the super chat from Doran Boone. Hey, appreciate the super chat. It says Harbaugh liked the workout warriors, not real players. Facts. Thanks. He liked the workout warriors. He liked the high motor, high character players. Mm-hmm. You know, people that may not be athletes, but they're just football players. They have grit.
That's crazy. They may not be athletes.
You never heard people say that when they're scouting? He may not be an athlete, but he's just a football player.
Facts. Yeah.
Okay. CES Junior, what's going on? Hey, thank you for the super chat. Says they did the same thing to OBJ while he was made. He was I think he said when he was here. He said they took $750K out of my son's mouth. Oh, from the bonuses and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, listen, man. You're right. Yeah, he's right. Like they don't honor those bonuses and whatnot. Like he probably could have gotten more.
Right.
But he wasn't. Was he 100% healthy when he was here?
Not really. I mean, he started off as healthy as he's been in a while, and he kind of went down, came back a little bit. You know, yeah. But it's crazy to me with the money situation when it comes to the Ravens. We talk about Eric DeCosta, and for those of y'all that are fans of Eric, cool, good for y'all. But it's amazing to me that Eric said on the presser, you know, we're bringing forth $10 million. It's the most we brought forward in 10 years. And right now we only have $23 million to play with the salary cap. And the Rams have $93 million.
Right. The Rams who supposedly mortgage their future away.
Facts. And then we're still looking for players.
Yeah. Let's hit the super chats. Man, y'all okay. Y'all trying to keep us here. Okay. Facts. Kobe, appreciate you. Says, if we're honest, is Zay a top wide receiver one to pay him? No, he's not. He's not a top wide receiver. Me and B were actually arguing if is he a wide receiver one or a wide receiver two. I think he's a wide receiver two. But guess what? Those guys get paid too.
They do.
And like he had 1,200 yards. The answer is yes.
Right.
Yes. Pay him. You got to pay. Like you have to. The only way you can stack talent is by keeping talent. Mm-hmm. You got to pay him and the next guy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I sometimes get a little miffed at the fact that people are always talking about, well, is he wide receiver one? Is he worth it? You know what I'm saying? Does the talent equal out to the pay? He's wide receiver one for us. That's all that matters. Is he top tier, top 5, top 10? It doesn't matter. He's the best that we have. And you can't let him get out the door because guess what? We're going to turn around and get a Rashad Bateman again and then have time to develop. And we don't have time right now. We're starting to get in the latter years of Lamar Jackson. We don't have time to get guys in and develop them and wait for them to come around in year 3. We need guys that can play now. We know Zay can play. We know that he meshes with Lamar Jackson. If you have to overpay for him, you have to overpay for him because the way that it's looking, you're not going to go out there and sign any free agent wide receivers. And EDC himself got in front of that podium and said, I have a problem drafting wide receivers. That's why Rashad Bateman had a problem with him in the first place. So if you know you can't draft wide receivers, go out there and sign somebody. But if you sign somebody else, they're going to cost money as well. So why not stick with a product that you know and build upon that instead of going out here in new territory and saying, well, you know, the wide receiver core might be good in 2027. Like, I ain't with that.
Yeah, we have to stop asking as fans, is a player worth it? Or is he worth being re-signed? We should be asking, can we replace that player or can we upgrade that player? Mm-hmm. That's what we should be asking, because we had this conversation a couple years ago with Ronnie Stanley and people were like, oh, Ronnie Stanley isn't worth bringing back. And when I asked, well, who are we replacing him with? There were no answers. The best answer was Roger Rosengarten can slide over to left tackle.
Right.
Okay, so the answer is we need to bring Ronnie Stanley back and pay him whatever we got to pay him. That's the answer.
Listen, and that has me thinking. Before you go, I'm sorry. Before you go, that has me thinking about the wild takes that Ravens fans have. I know they say that we got some wild takes, but one of the wildest takes I remember is I can't remember. It was 2022, and we were talking about bringing in some wide receiver help. We should sign this guy. We should go get that guy. And after the draft, Ravens flock was saying, we don't need wide receiver one. We just drafted Isaiah Likely. We can make him our wide receiver one.
Somebody actually asked that in the comments. I was going to respond. Somebody left a comment on yesterday's video and asked, well,
really
how we feel about making Isaiah Likely re-signing him and making him a wide receiver. And listen, there's a reason why he plays tight end. He can't play wide receiver.
Right.
He can't move like a wide receiver. You know, he moves like a wide receiver. He moves wide receiver like as a tight end, right. But he's not. He can't play wide receiver. Right. You know. No, that's a bad idea. Master B, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says, imagine Vrabel with Lamar if he can do this with May and Ryan. Harbaugh, Tannehill. Yep. Harbaugh truly underachieved. Vrabel carried May lowest QB performances to go to the Super Bowl. Yes. 100%. 100%. Vrabel in $100 million spending budget to go and get whoever he wanted to.
That was wild.
They did a good job putting talent around him. And we got one more super chat here. Thank you, CES Jr. again. Says OBJ needed 150 yards. They stopped throwing to him. Yeah, that is. Do. You know, and players remember that type of stuff, right? That reputation follows you. That follows you around, and they say, okay, especially for wide receivers. Yeah, that's why it's hard. It was hard for us to get those top wide receivers here. I mean, one, John Harbaugh comes out and says we don't want you.
All right.
He should have been fired from then, to be honest. Like, you're just not really trying to win. Right. You can't be that stubborn. You can't be that stubborn and that bold and come out and say, well, look, if you worry about your stats and your bonuses and things like that, don't come here. You can't be that bold unless you're winning Super Bowls. If you're winning Super Bowls, then you can say, hey, we do it a certain way here. It's not for everybody. But when you're not winning Super Bowls, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you openly just come out and tell top wide receivers don't come to Baltimore. And then the narrative is spun. Wide receivers don't want to play with Lamar Jackson because they don't think he can throw. But yet still, catches, yardage, statistics, get wide receivers paid. Your $17 million is guaranteed. They have to earn their money. So you can talk all you want to. And it's like this head coach just doesn't get it. You don't want divas coming here because you don't want strong personalities. And that's fine. You're beta. Go to New York, do your beta type things. Let us come in here and get somebody that wants Lamar Jackson to win. Why? You say you love Lamar, but you don't advocate for him to get somebody that can get him out of tight situations late in games. You love Lamar, y'all best friends, but you put Falele and Andrew Voorhees on the field each and every week and didn't make a change at all and put his health in jeopardy. This is why I say John Harbaugh isn't the guy that you thought that he was. His ego ran everything that he did. He put players in a doghouse, even if they helped us win. Tez Walker, oh my gosh, all he did was catch touchdowns, like Chris Carter. But yet still you relegate him to the bench. DeAndre Hopkins, we need a clutch third down. He gets those catches, but you put in Tylan Wallace. Like, things just didn't make sense with Harbaugh, and I'm glad that he's gone. Like, I love that we had a Super Bowl with him. After that, it's been a bunch of a bunch of saboteur. Good, be gone.
And I'll tell you what else. That whole, hey, you know, if you're only worried about your stats and this and that, don't play here. That ain't gonna work with Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors needs to be fed the ball.
Facts.
And Malik Neighbors will let you know you need to feed me the ball. I'm going to be real interested to see how long Malik Neighbors lasts in New York.
I thought that as soon as they hired him. I'm like that ain't going to work. And he ain't a quiet kid. He's not a quiet kid.
Audra, is that what you say?
Audra
says, "Oh my God, y'all speaking facts, love it, pure facts, ego over championships."
Appreciate
yes. So me and B were talking about the Chiefs yesterday and how they brought back Eric Bieniemy. And yes, there'll be some people that laugh like, "Oh yeah, you had to get rid of him, and now you got to bring him back because it wasn't working out." Yes, because that's putting ego or putting the priorities first, putting your egos to the side, and you're saying, hey, winning is more important than anything.
Mm-hmm.
We moved on from him. We thought we could get by with Nagy and whoever. It didn't work out. All right, go get Eric Bieniemy back. We thought we could win without Tyreek Hill. We did one time, but now we need that talent again. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and get a top tier talent like George Pickens. You know, like the Chiefs are about winning championships.
Facts.
And seeing who went to the Super Bowl this year is only infuriating them. Like they're saying, like, no, we got to stack all the way up for next year. We're making a run. So this was the time for the Ravens to pivot. We had to make a move now because we running back with Harbaugh with the same old. All that's going to happen next year is we get embarrassed again.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine Brett Veach just saying, hey, Pat, heal up. We're going to go get George Pickens and Isaiah Likely. We're going to beef up this offensive line because that's what he does. Every time they have an issue, Brett Veach goes out there and he addresses those issues. Yep. Isaiah Simmons, back when they lost to Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, they revamped that whole offensive line and got Orlando Brown Jr. Like they do things to get guys to make their team better. They don't sit there and say, oh, well, let's just run it back because, we love the results. They win championships and still look to make their team better. The Philadelphia Eagles win championships and look to make their team better. But yet still, we as an organization stay stagnant and they say, oh, well, we didn't do it this year, but we're going to run it back with the same people. Like, it makes no sense. So this is a fresh start for us. The excitement is through the roof for the possibilities that we have. And the NFL right now, the parity is just palpable. Like you can see that if we can just get into the tournament with the right coaching, the right mindset, instead of getting there saying, you know what, let's get away from fundamentals. Let's get away from what made us the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs and zag. Let's try something totally different. We're going to outsmart them. And we get outsmarted and outcoached every single season.
Yeah. I hope things are different for Harbaugh in New York because they will eat him alive over there. Mm-hmm. But a man with that kind of arrogance and ego, that's gonna be hard for him to change.
Thanks.
It is. You would think getting fired will kind of wake you up a little bit, but everybody wanted a piece of Harbaugh, and he got a job quickly, and he's able to. For him to be able to have basically be on the same level as a GM, when that's not something that the organization usually does.
All right.
He's getting his way again, and I don't think he's going to learn any lesson doing that. But we'll see. Shout out to Kobe again for another super chat. Says, I'm upset we signed all these free agents for Harb's system. Yeah, that's going to be a tough thing this offseason, navigating through all that because Jesse Minter needs to be able to bring in guys for his system. And, we spent a lot of money, a lot of little money, right? Fast food money on guys like, oh, well, he was a good price. He was a good price. So we brought him back. Oh, but he didn't cost that much. He's a good price. But all that adds up. And how many of those guys can we actually use? I think, listen, Andrews, that's the worst one. You didn't have to sign him right away. And if Jesse Minter comes in and is like, I can't use this guy, right? That's just a complete waste of money. Complete waste of money. You don't make moves like that during the season. There's no rush to bring him in. Your marquee players, any coach can use. You have to find a way to use them. If you got to get, Kyle Hamilton done, right? Like, yes, he can use Kyle Hamilton. He better be able to use Kyle Hamilton, right? Like, yes, those type of players, sure. Everybody else, we can wait.
All right.
Hey, shout out to Gunny for a $10 super chat. No comment, but if you got a comment, go ahead and leave it in there. I'll read it. Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate it. So, yeah, I don't like that they sign a lot of these guys that may or may not work out here. Now, from what I hear, Jesse Minter is one of those coaches that he just makes it work. So we'll see. But no, I don't like it. But Falele should be gone. He should not be re-signed. If you're going to spend money on him, you need to spend money on a proven guard. And there's plenty of guards out there that we can get. Okay. Gunny says, you guys are great. new vision for Ravens. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Gunny.
Appreciate all y'all. Listen, we have 300 people total in here. Appreciate that. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button on both channels. It's 2 channels streaming. Lunch Break Hot Take over here, Rogue Pod over there. All right. And we got another super chat. Y'all trying to keep us here.
Appreciate it.
Y'all trying to keep us here. It says fast food expensive in the long run, heart disease and strokes, medical expenses, etc. Yeah.
That's a fact.
And they burn through your pockets when you're going through your expenses. Say, man, why don't I have money at the end of the month? And you look at how many times you went out to eat.
Yep.
That's where your money's going. And that's been the Ravens all these years. Why is it every year we don't have money? Why is it every year we talk about being fiscally responsible and we can't go out there and make a big splash on this person because how are we going to have money down the road? But we never have money down the road and we don't make those splashes.
Right.
This managing of the money.
Facts. Even with Tylan Wallace and DeAndre Hopkins, if we don't re-sign him, we incur dead money for the void years that they added. We had to incur dead money for the void years they added to Odell Beckham Jr.'s contract. And then if you look at during the Harbaugh era, all those little special teams that we were signed throughout the season, y'all can look at the contract and say, it was for 1.1 here, it was for 800,000 there, but then we end up cutting them 2 weeks later. That money goes to dead cap and it adds up throughout the years. So for a team that always needs players, we ain't never got no money to get nobody. And then we don't have the players to make the plays. So who are we exactly paying for? And where's this money going to?
It's a combination of 2 things. One, you're getting players that are well past their prime and you're adding void years to it, right? You're just mismanaging the cap. You're mismanaging the cap and you're signing players that aren't really worth signing, right? Just because they're a good deal doesn't mean you sign them. Then also you're not drafting well. Like if we were drafting better, it would cover up a lot of these things. Like we talked about the Rams earlier, right? Hashtag F them picks. Okay. People were saying, hey, they mortgage the future to get a championship now because they're trading away the first round picks. They're getting all these guys and they're able to get them under the cap now. But what happens when those numbers blow up? What are they gonna do? Well, what they did was they made do with the draft picks that they had left, whether they were 2nd, 3rd, 4th round picks, whatever it was, they hit on those picks.
Right.
And it didn't matter when they had to let some of those guys go. It didn't matter. It didn't matter when Cooper Kupp left because Puka Nacua already took his job.
Right.
It was already and then we got Devontae Adams, right? Like they made moves like that. It didn't matter when Aaron Donald. Do you guys even remember when Aaron Donald was there? He's probably the greatest defensive tackle of all time, and they just easily transitioned from him. They got Jared Verse, they got Byron Young. Like their D line is still stout. Yeah. Like it didn't matter because they drafted well. Yep. So you have to be able, if you're going to make moves like that, you got to be able to draft well, at the same time. EDC has not drafted well. I know some people are like, oh, no, he's done a good job. He has not. That's why we're in a situation that we're in now where we're saying we need edge rusher. How many years of drafting edge rushers are we going to say we need to get an edge rusher?
Cornerback.
How many years are we going to say? How many cornerbacks has he drafted? 8?
A lot. Safety. Offensive lineman. Wide receiver. It never ends.
Linebacker. Thank you, Kobe, for the super chat. Says we always deal shopping because we draft poorly rounds 2 through 6. That's it right there. That's it right there. It's those rounds. The first round you're supposed to hit on, but 2 through 6, and that's where we have 9, 10 draft picks.
Yep.
Those are the rounds that we need to hit on. And I'm telling you, man, we're gonna find out what EDC is made of this year. This year, I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was blinded by friendship over these last few years. I would say he was blinded by friendship, and he was leaning more towards what John Harbaugh wanted for the team, or things that John Harbaugh asked for, and not really following his system or evaluating these guys properly. But he just got a wake-up call. And whether it works out or not, I promise you, you're going to see the best of EDC this offseason.
Right.
Okay. He's gonna do some actual scouting. He's gonna look at players that he thinks can actually contribute immediately. Rounds 1 through 3, those guys should be contributing immediately. It shouldn't be, hey, it's just his first year. I heard that a lot this year. I didn't like that for Mike Green. Hey, he's just a rookie. He's just a first year. He's a second round pick.
Yep.
And he made no impact. I'm sorry. That's not acceptable. Right. And I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying like he wasn't wasn't impactful. And we need more than that. Our first round pick wasn't impactful. We need more than that. Mm-hmm. So we can't this year. Those guys are going to hit.
So
or he'll be gone.
Right. So was it more friendship or more of just being in awe? Because we can be friends. I can say and I can give way to you in your opinion. But when we take a fullback in the 5th round, when I draft Ben Cleveland for you, when I take David Ajabo, who's injured in the 2nd round of the draft, when I take Lele, when I take the picks that you want and none of them work out, then I need to stop listening to you because apparently you're making me look bad as a general manager. So when does Eric DeCosta stand up and say, "No, John, we ain't doing it no more. We going with what I want and what I think is best for the team." This is why I had a problem with him. You're the general manager. I don't care how much power John Harbaugh had. You're the general manager. This is going to reflect badly on you and your legacy.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is a season without John for him to step up and do it correctly. He said something about making a splash move. This is what I'm waiting to see. He kind of muttered under his breath, right player, right price. Like, get that thought process out of your mind. Yeah. Because the right player and right price has been there for us year after year after year. And you've let them go out the door. You should have resigned CJ Mosley, like right player, right price. 17 million per season, but then you turn around and had to give Roquan 20 million per season. Like certain things just don't make sense. Make the right moves. Get my man his Super Bowl. That's all I care about is getting Lamar a Super Bowl next season. That's it.
Facts. I think the great ones summed it up here. EDC is soft. I think so. I and that's not. It sounds disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think that's what it is. I think he's a little bit softer than Ozzie was, right? He didn't know when to put his foot down. Right. You know, he's just kind of like, hey, okay, well, you know, John said he wanted this guy. Cool. That's why I don't believe that Puka Nacua story when he's trying to say, oh, I really wanted Puka Nacua here, and I got overruled. By who? Not by EDC.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Who overruled you there? That's a lie.
Right.
That's a lie. You said, hey, what about that guy Puka Nacua? We got this guy rated higher. Okay, cool. That's what happened. Imani said, and I'm sure they could have afforded to keep Zeitler. Zeitler didn't cost anything.
I think Zeitler signed for $4 million at offseason. $4 million. And the Puka story, with us having multiple 4th and 5th round picks, we have throwaway picks that EDC has just drafted just anybody. He's just like, oh, we'll just take a backup quarterback here, offensive lineman there that I know not going to make the team. And you telling me Puka Nacua and John Harbaugh pounded the table for him, and you said no with multiple 4th round picks? Come on, guy.
Yeah. I just don't believe it. I had to go back and look to see who we drafted instead of Puka Nacua.
Facts.
But it's not somebody that we're going to say, oh, yeah, I understand why they said get this guy over Puka. Right. I understand why there was an argument to be had there, you know. Yeah. EC definitely isn't Les Snead or Howie Roseman. We all know that at this point. We know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
EDC is safe. He's scared to make a splash because he doesn't want the criticism if it doesn't work out. EDC was safe. I don't believe he's safe anymore. I think Steve Bisciotti sent a clear message saying, hey, this year we put it on Harbaugh. Next year I'm putting it on you. Mm-hmm. Right? EDC, he may not be in danger immediately. It may not be next year he could get fired because Jesse Minter just got in the building.
Right.
But that is a short lease. The year after, like anything that he does this year is going to be evaluated the following year. Right? So guys don't have to be superstars this year, but they have to contribute, and then going into the following season, you got to really see, you got to really see the benefits of that draft.
No, his next comment. Come on, House. That can't be true. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Kelly instead of
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
See, okay, see, is this true?
Don't do that.
If this is true, you know, Big Red's gonna say right pick.
Right there.
Is that true? Or are you just saying that? I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.
Please don't say that.
Kobe, thank you for another super chat. Best player available draft worked if you hit, not if you got holes. Facts. And this is what we've been saying for a long time. And when we first started on YouTube, me and B used to argue that with a lot of Ravens YouTubers, because you know that's what we've been conditioned to say, right? You know, best player available, right player, right price, all that stuff. And people will say, yeah, oh no, you get the best player available. You know, you don't go in the draft to get need first. And we're like, no, you draft for need. You draft for need, because what's best player available mean, especially for the way they rate players.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so this is a lie. All that BPA crap is a lie. You know, thanks for reminding me, great one, Eric. He cost us. When you look back at it, Patrick Queen wasn't the best player available. David Ajabo wasn't the best player available. Like, there was the guys that they wanted. They never draft best player available. They draft guys that they want. Malachi Starks may turn into a great player. He was not the best player available at that time. They go with what they want, but they lie to you and tell you that's their philosophy. They go with need. Patrick Queen was a need because Peanut Asawa, he was not doing well at middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, don't believe what they say. Oh yeah, they did take Caillou. God.
But you know, to make it worse, they immediately cut him. That's what makes it worse.
Oh my God. Yes, Bazel. They took Hayden Hurst before Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
So yes, they do not do best player available.
And that was Ozzie.
That was Ozzie.
To be clear.
Yeah.
That was Ozzie. At least he made it up with getting them, but we could have had, but you know, like we could have had either DJ Moore, we could have had Calvin Ridley. Mm-hmm. Right, there are some guys that could have helped us out there much more than Hayden Hurst did.
Yep.
You want to talk about immediate bust?
Lasted 2 seasons. 2 seasons, but still has more playoff touchdowns than Mark Andrews. How about that?
Caillou blew Kelly over Puka Nacua, and we didn't even keep him on the team.
Right.
You see, we drafting these players, then cutting them, or they just sit on the bench the whole season. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Diggs, we could have gotten Diggs
several times, and that's just not an EDC thing. That's Ozzie too.
Yep.
We passed on Diggs maybe 4 times in the draft and the free agency. So.
Yep. Voorhees was a 7th round pick. Why is he starting? This is the argument that me and Brodney made this offseason, right? The last few years, we've been saying, what about offensive line? What about offensive line? Right? But this offseason, when we went into the draft and we drafted Malachi Starks, we drafted Mike Green. We were saying on draft day, I know that's not the day to burst anybody's bubble. People want to feel good on draft day. I get it. But we're like, damn, man, what about the O-line? And people are like, yo, we got Voorhees. And we're like, what makes you think Voorhees can play? Like that was what we always say with everybody. We argue with Sonny when Sonny came on the show.
Yes,
we argue on the Ravens roundup. We argue everywhere. What makes you think Voorhees can play? He didn't play well last year. That's why he didn't get his starting job back after he came back from injury. He was hurt all through college. He was a 7th round pick. At what point did he show this team that he was good enough to be a starter? He didn't.
Right.
They were just projecting him to be good. They're rolling the dice. They were hoping he could be good. What makes you think Falele is going to play better than he did last year? These are just questions that we were asking, and we found out.
Right. But we were told we were crazy and we were stupid because he was that guy. We got a 3rd round talent in a 7th round pick. But once again, we drafted somebody injured, and that sets them back. And for a guy that could, like you said, couldn't stay healthy in college, what you think he's going to do in the NFL? Like, you think he could be relied upon, a 7th round pick, protecting your MVP quarterback? a tackle converted to guard, protecting your quarterback. Like EDC, like it's on you now, bro. Like this is the year where it's no excuses. If you don't upgrade this offensive line, you got to go. You have to go. You can follow John to New York or wherever. I don't care. If you don't protect Lamar this season and get him at least one more weapon, because Andrews ain't it. I know y'all love Andrews and think that he's Lamar's security blanket. He's rapidly declining, and it's evident. So it's on you, Eric. He cost us.
Eric, he cost us. Yes. All right, we're going to end it there. We're going to end it there. We've been going for an hour and a half. Tomorrow we're back to a half an hour. I think. I think. But appreciate everybody. Look, man, we finished with over 300 strong, man. Hit that like button and subscribe on your way out on both channels, Lunch Break, Hot Take, and Rogue Pod. Also, patreon.com/LBHT show. That's how you can hit up my Patreon. Hendo's Patreon is patreon.com/ROUG. All right. For as little as $5 a month, you can get extra content. I know you guys like this. Wednesday, we only go to Wednesday on the morning show. We only go until Wednesday, but we have the main show over here on Lunch Break Hot Take at 7:45 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. That's the LBHT show. And we have the overtime show on Patreon. Hendo's always putting out extra content on his Patreon as well. And you can hit us up on our Discords. What you got? You got something?
I'm thinking Hanging with Hendo might be coming back.
Oh, Hanging with Hendo might be coming back
For the patrons and channel members.
Hey, and hanging with Hendo, those are classics.
Yeah, and that's where anybody can come up and we can discuss whatever you want to discuss.
Yes. All right, that's on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Go ahead and cancel your Hulu. Hulu's not worth it anymore. All right, just cancel your Paramount Plus. I know this put on UFC, but it's not. No,
Jose, they don't have to cancel those. What you cancel is you cancel your Amazon Prime and your Hulu ads free. Just watch some ads. That's $5 right there. Those two right there, that's $5. You ain't got to cancel them. Just watch commercials.
Or if you want to keep those, go pick up your food instead of door dashing it next time. Just one time. Just one time we'll pay for it. One time is saying, you know what? I'm actually just going to drive and pick up the food. And bam, you pay for the Patreon. You pay for both Patreons. Thanks. What happened to Ben Powers? Ben Powers is
he went to Denver.
Yeah. Probably we could have kept them too. Yeah, and in hindsight, we could have kept a lot of people. Yeah. We could have kept Patrick McCarry if we're going to do this.
Thanks. But one person I don't want to keep, Howard Ricard.
Yeah, he can go too. We don't need a fullback anymore.
Get going.
Yeah. This I expect this offense to look completely different in a good way. So, all right, y'all, we are out of here. Stay warm today. Listen, if it's 12 degrees, if it's 8 degrees, whatever it is, if you have to go to work in this weather, that's the percentage you give them. You give them 12%, you give them 8%, you give them 9%. Don't give them any more until this weather gets better. We are boycotting this cold weather, y'all.
Thanks.
All right, y'all, stay warm. We'll see you next time.